Hey guys, welcome back to Geometry Dash on Electrodynamix. Just getting straight into it, cause you know, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Haven't recorded in a couple of days like normal because I do a day, skip a day, do a day, skip a day because I record 2 at a time. We all know this by now, so I don't know why I'm saying it now. Think about it. Yeah, that is. Why say a thing that you've said a million times before and everyone already knows? And probably doesn't actually care about as well. Yeah, I'm not a smart person. But what I do have is the Geometry Dash skizzles. See, look at that. Pure skill right there. Pure skill. Finishing in this episode within the first 5 minutes. I will have you know, because I'm just that good. I'm just that good. I'm not that good. I'm not. And there's not actually a reason for me being cocky right now. Like, it's literally it's just for a joke. It's not like I've been watching tutorials or deleted any videos or anything. Like, I shouldn't have really said that, 'cause then there could be controversy of, oh, maybe he did, but, hey, my fan base is I can't really call it a fan base, but my community, so to speak, isn't big enough for people to really be like that, in my opinion. Like, I don't think people will think that, because, you know, there's been no progress, and there was no progress in the past few videos, so... Okay, made it past the first obstacle this time, well done me, but yeah, so, like, I've not made progress in the past couple of videos, so it doesn't really matter. Excuse me. But yeah, it wouldn't really make a difference if I deleted a video or not, but I've basically proven that I'm not going to. Like... These videos are getting long. I don't want to record for an hour and then just be like, well, scrapping that. Like, I want to... I don't know. I want to make progression, but... You know... Long videos, I don't want them to go to waste, even if they aren't necessarily entertaining. All I know is I'm a boring person. I'm the kind of person that would watch it, so, you know, I know there's probably at least one other human that will sit there and be like, you know, watch it, or do what I always say with this series and just make it into a podcast, going back to the whole, saying a thing that you've said before, and everyone already knows. Well done me. That bit is so irritating. I wish it was at a slightly different angle, because my downwards angle always seems to be like just perfect to catch on that bottom bit. It's like always just spot on for the bottom bit. Whether I start to pull up early or not, it's just perfect. That was just a really bad swoopy swoop. More bad there, more bad. It wasn't. I was about to say it wasn't my fault. I mean, it was my fault. It was 100% my fault. And I cannot blame anything but me. And if I did blame anything but me, then you should shout at me and say, oh, no. Come on. You can't keep dying this early. I'm gently shimmying in my chair because, you know, I was uncomfortable. Well, I was comfortable. But my arm was doing the thing where I mentioned, like, the whole arm and armrest thing again. You know, it wasn't comfortable in the arm. Everything else was comfortable. Now I'm comfortable. Alright, and it's a good feeling. It's not nice to be uncomfortable. Nobody likes the feeling of discomfort, which is another term for uncomfortable, I guess. Yay! I said words like actually made sense. That's rare for me. Somebody bake me a cake and send it to me, because I deserve it after that. Even though, like, I don't have a P.O. box, so, you know. You can't. But thanks if you thought about sending me a cake. I would love you I'd love you if you gave me a cake, because, you know, it's cake. People say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and with me that's kind of true, because, you know, it's cake. You can't turn down cake. It's a freaking cake. Depending on the cake, though, because some cakes, but it just cake, lots of chocolate, delicious. Just do that. Cake, chocolate, bam, done. It's all you need. And then you're going to try and find the worst chocolate in the world. And then be like, see, you said it perfect, so here you go. Some people. Then again, like, I did say chocolate and cake is, like, perfect. So it would be true. Well, not true, but it would be going along. It would correlate with what I said. Is correlate the right word there? Probably not. Am I going to go with it anyway? Yes, I am. Why? Because I'm me and I don't know any better. I knew what to do there and I did it, but I right-clicked and got confused. And I feel like when I accidentally right-clicked, my brain thought that would also make it jump or like go up, which in that case was down. So I think my brain thought it would do a thing and it didn't, so I got deaded because of it. But also, like, I should know better than that. It went invisible. It was just before I started going down as well. That was really close. But yeah, like, when the stuff goes invisible, that makes that bit slightly more hilarious when I die. It's like, oh, is he gonna die? And then sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And when I don't, I'm happy. When I do, it's sometimes funny. And if I don't, it's like, sometimes is a moment of, you're an idiot. It doesn't even like really go invisible, it's just really hard to see because colors are bright and my eyes don't like that. My eyes just don't. They don't like bright things. That's why I don't like smart people. That's a lie, but you know, the term for smart people can be they are a bright person. And it is a joke about not liking it, but I'm fine with smart people. Smart people are amazing. How else do you think we invented amazing things like chocolate cake? Chocolate cake. Or that was just someone who really liked chocolate and thought, you know what? Bung that in a cake. And that will be amazing. And they were right. Yes! No! There was more! I didn't know there was more. I forgot there was more, but I got over it. 7 minutes into the video and progress has been made. Was it a lot? No. Did I fail massively? Yes. But we made it. Okay, I feel like next time I get past that, I could possibly get to 90%, depending on like how far or like how it goes. Because 4 spike jumps, man. The ones back there, they're 4 spike jumps, but they have 2 tiny spikes. Those ones, they're just straight up 4 spike big boy jumps, and they scare me. Like, you could say the one I'm jumping over just there as well is more than 4. But the difference there is the spikes are inside of each other, and they're small, occasionally. But also, like, you don't land on the other side of it, you only have to slightly touch the bounce pad there. So, like, in a lot of situations jumping on that bit, I would die. I don't even know if it's possible to get over it otherwise. But I know for certain, in a lot of those situations, I would be the deaded. I wondered when the next time that had happened would be. I genuinely did, because the time before that I was like, ooh, that seemed a little bit close. That time it was just like, yep, I'm inside this saw blade now, and my face hurted. Excuse me. Throat, still not the best. Like, the throat is good, but the cough is still there. Like, it's just tickly. It's just tickly and irritating. Like, you can just be talking 1 second, and there's just like, hello, cough. Partially might be because, oh, for God's sake. That was just awful death. That was awful. Yeah, it might partially be caused because, like, it's cold in Britain, and some nights when I come home, I run home because, you know, it's cold, and I don't want to be in the cold for that long, and running will warm me up. But that means I'm inhaling a lot of cold air very quickly, because, you know, when you run, you start to breathe faster, and then oxygen, and then blood goes faster, and blah-de-blah-de-blah, the body does its thing. Because the body is awesome, and I'm not awesome. But yeah, stuff and things. But yeah, I inhale a lot of cold air, and then that goes in my lungs, and that probably doesn't help the cough that much. Because usually when I get home, I end up just coughing for a little while, but not like constant, if you know what I mean. I don't just sit there just hacking up my lungs. Like, it'll just be a couple of coughs here and there for like 30 minutes or so. Then I'm good. Then I'm good. But, you know, it's not necessarily comfortable. Nobody likes to cough. We've gone over this. Cough. I was gonna say coffee. That's a term I use a lot when I cough a lot. I'm like, oh no, I have become a warm beverage. Because it's a coffee. Do you get it? That was awful. I get a little coffee, but not the drink. But then I can use a little bit of wordplay and say that I have become a warm beverage because coffee is a beverage and I'm coffee. It's funny. It's not funny. But still, I like to say it and think I'm funny, because then self-esteem is boosted, happiness is boosted, and then there's more happy people in the world. And that's a positive thing, in my opinion. Like, I think that's just good in everyone's opinion, really. More happy people in the world. What's the negative there? When people don't like people being happy, I guess. But those are the people that so there's less happy people in the world. You know, it's like, just let people be happy. If you don't want to be happy, I don't know what to say to you, really. Like, part of me saying, okay, if you don't want to be happy, don't be happy. But part of me's like, come on, dude, be happy. Happiness is great. It feels good. It's nice and happy. You know? I don't know what I'm talking about, but still. Like, why would you not like being happy? I was about to say who doesn't like being happy, but there's gotta be people that just don't like the feeling of happiness. You know? Some people would make the joke and say, emos and goths, they don't like happiness. No, they just have other things that make them happy. That's not how it works. It's not that they don't want to be happy, it's just that other things make them happy. Like what they do, it makes them happy, I guess. Like, I don't know this with authority, but still, I assume. So don't take this as a rule. But still, like, I assume they are just still happy. It's just different things, like I said, make them happy. And you know, that's fine. Different things make different people happy all the time. It's just sort of how happiness works. Some people get happiness from eating cake, for instance. Some people get happy from not eating cake and eating healthily and like losing weight and just getting in shape and stuff. That would be nice, you know. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily unfit, but I'm not as active as I used to be when, like, you know, school, PE, you get a lot more exercise. And now I don't really get as much, but it is Britain, so going out and stuff isn't always really a thing that you can do. And by that I mean, like, sometimes it'll be like, okay, let's go to the park and run about and have a kick about with a football. Go on some of the equipment and stuff because it's fun to climb on things. Like, climbing is one of my favorite things to do, man. Oh, that was lucky. But yeah, climbing, like, if I'm just doing something for fun, God, I hate that bit. But yeah, like, if I'm just trying to do something for fun, climbing is up there. Climbing is real fun. Yeah, for that bit, just off topic and back to the game. For that bit, my new plan, because that bit is annoying, is to try and click on the floaty blue thing as late as possible. Because I'm not being flung into it ridiculously fast, so I have way more control over when I can jump off of it, unlike with some of them. So that one, the later I jump, the further to the right I will be, meaning when I hit the floor, as long as I hold up, there's a higher chance I'll be able to get over it. The 4 spikes, that is. But yeah, what was I saying? I was saying stuff about climbing. Yeah, climbing is real fun. Like, climbing, I remember when my neighbor's house, like, the council's like, yes, we need to do some stuff with gutters in your area. So, like, the neighbor's house had gutter stuff done, and they had loads of scaffolding up. because my neighbors are freaking awesome, like, they let us climb on it. And it was awesome. God, the amount of nights. Like, I remember one night when me and the neighbors' children's were having a sleepover, because, yeah, we're cool like that. We went out on the scaffolding with, like, we were just praying that it wasn't going to rain overnight. And we took pillows out there and a duvet, and we just slept under the stars on the scaffolding. It was awesome. Like, it was a bit chilly, but, you know, we were in a duvet, and it was nice and toasty in the duvet. And it was so cool. Like, you know, those are teenage memories you're gonna remember for a long time. I'd like to think the rest of my life, because those were happy. Those are happy times. Just being rebellious as teenagers do, you know? Just sleeping under the stars. Like, this scaffolding was there for so goddamn long. Like, we only saw the people on the scaffolding, like, once. And then the scaffolding stayed there for God knows how long. Like, the scaffolding was there for well over a month. Like, I would say, probably like 2 months. And they were, like, the people that were doing the stuff on the scaffolding were only there when they had to take the scaffolding down, and when the people were actually, like, up there doing the gutters and whatnot. But, like, it stayed there for so long, and I was so happy. Like, I would just, like, every now and then just go around to the neighbors, because we have, like, this little gap in the trees in our back garden, which, like, used to have stuff there to, like, fence off each garden, but now, like, we have it down because we're neighbors, we're friends. So, like, occasionally I could go around there and just climb on the scaffolding for fun, and it was a good time. God, I love climbing, man. Like, it feels rebellious as well, doing it on the scaffolding, which also is, like, a bit of an adrenaline rush. It's like, not meant to be doing this thing, there's people watching, and I might be getting in trouble, but who cares, because I'm a teenager. You know, it's sort of how it went, but it also was, like, really fun. And, yeah, I enjoyed myself, and I still do enjoy myself. We don't have the scaffolding there anymore. It's been gone for quite a while, and that's sad, but oh well. That was awful. Yeah, I'm fine with that. You know, but at the same time, it's like, the scaffolding was so good. Like, it was really fun when it was there. You do not know. Like, if you don't like climbing, I'm sorry, my psychology is different to yours, and I don't understand you. Like, I'm not normally the person to be like that. I'm more like, okay, you like your thing, I like my thing. It makes sense, but climbing is just so fun. Maybe it's because I'm just, like, the typical, like, guy. It's just like, yeah, doing this stuff is fun. Like, you know, the ones, the stereotype. Girls like makeup and hair stuff and don't like to get muddy, and then there's the typical guys that'll be like, yeah, going playing football, getting all muddy, doing all the active stuff. I don't agree with those stereotypes at all. It's just personal preference. But I was that stereotype. I am and was that stereotypical guy. I just don't get to do it anymore. But yeah, like, maybe for, like, a birthday in the future, I'd like to go to a climbing place, because, you know, climbing is so fun. Just being able to climb on all the things and just do it. Like, it won't be as fun as doing it in a rebellious way, I'm sure, because, like I said, there's that bit of adrenaline there. There's like, ooh, there's no safety in this. There's nothing. We don't have anything safety related to make it so we won't die if we fall down and bash our brains. But also we can get in trouble and, you know, stuff. But still, like, climbing itself is just fun. But, you know, like I said, there would be safety involved, I'm pretty sure, in a place where you can go to climb and you're spending monies and stuff. you know? Okay, can we do this time? You go into a spaceship section, 92%! Spaceship section, got it. Also, it's basically exactly the same as that other bit where it just throws you in, and that's mean, because getting through one of those is hard enough. I had to get through 2 of those. Also, I think that's going to be my new plan to get over the spikes. I jumped over the first one, accidentally jumped again, and made it over the next one perfectly. So, maybe next time, when I do that, just jump twice. Just hold the jump button. Because it was flawless. It went so well. I don't know if I'll do that again, because it was very lucky. I don't actually recall if I did jump immediately as I landed, but I did jump and I didn't intend on it. Like, it was just my animal brain taking over, like, do this thing, do it now. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea. Do it now! And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, just don't hurt me. But the plan worked. I jumped late off of the thing at the top of the screen. And it made it so I could get immediately over. And that's a good thing. We've got a strat that works. Meaning, now, the only hard part is the bit that we've been struggling with for, like, the entire level. Which is that one flying section that's a bit of a douche. And I'm pretty sure you know which one I'm talking about. It's the next one that comes up, you know? No, not the next one, the one after that. Because you get... I think it's one after that, I can't actually remember. Yeah, there's this one, which is sort of hard, but I get it most of the time, I feel. Maybe 50%. Then there's this one, that is the hard bit. That he makes looks easy! Oh yeah. I'm just that good, man. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't do the double jump, and then I just, when the screen went down, I was like, hey, look, this is what you gotta do. My brain just died, and was like, I'm not doing the plan, just jumped. God damn it. But, you can see, I'm getting more consistent. I've made it there 3 times now. 3 times I've made it there. 1 or 2 times, maybe I didn't jump, I can't actually remember. So, maybe even, like, more than that, but still, like, this is going well. Who knows, maybe next episode we'll be able to finish. No, we won't be able to finish the level. Like, there's a chance, but I have my doubts. I have serious doubts. Yeah, what was I talking about? I was talking about climbing still. Yeah, climbing for fun. Yeah, we used to have, like, really great, like, fun times. Like, I probably shouldn't be saying half the stuff I'm saying, because, or half the stuff I may even still say, because, you know, it wasn't good, but still, it was a long time ago, so I don't feel like I'm getting into as much trouble. Like, it was a long time ago, nobody has been hurt doing any of it, and I feel like we're okay. But I think, I remember the first time we went round there, and it was like a really big group sleepover. And by big, I mean like... No, I don't mean like we had a choking fit. I mean there was like 4 people. The 2 peoples that lived there that were like around my age. And... Andy. We went around there, and... This was my first sleepover, I believe. Like, I'd never had a sleepover before. I remember, like, in school, you know, sometimes you'll go on school trips, and it'll be like, yes, you could stay here if you want, and your parents have to pay £1 million for it, because we have no money, because we're at school. And then we like, ask for money again whenever we take children out. But for way more than it would actually cost to do a thing, because school's like money. But yeah, like, we went to... Oh, I jumped accidentally. Yeah, we went to a place, like, this is massively off topic, but still, we went to a place in year 4, which I think is, like, 3rd or 5th, it's either 3rd or 5th grade in America. I can't remember if it's up or down, I remember it's 1 off from what ours are. But I'm pretty sure it would be, like, 3rd grade maybe? Look it up. You can find out easy, like, compare grades to years in Britain, and you find it quite easily. But we went to a place, and I went for one day. Like, there was 2 people in that class that didn't go. I was one of them, and my friend was the other one, because he wasn't comfortable doing it either. So, we just went to school normally those days, and one day, out of like 3, I think, we got taken to go to this place to see everybody as well. And it was a good time, apart from like the fact that I got covered in soup. I don't like soup, and our school's a bit of a douche, or our school was a bit of a douche, and they gave us soup, and I was like, I don't like soup, and they're like, okay, just leave it then, it's fine. But I remember accidentally, I think I was just talking to someone next to me, and I turned around and accidentally knocked the soup, and it went all down my front. I had to go change my trousers and everything, because, you know, I was like covered in soup. And I was like, ew, soupy, that's everywhere. And that's like all the memories I have of that one. The next one was in year 6, so 2 years on. And I still didn't want to go. The other guy, he went this time, but I'm a crybaby, so I didn't. I would think I was the only one that didn't go that year. Yeah, I didn't go. I wasn't comfortable with it. And I went every day. Like, the school, like, because I was special and stuff, and yay, I'm special. And I don't mean it that way, like, oh, I'm special, and I didn't go. I mean, like, because I was a special snowflake, in just a joking manner. The school, I think, gave us a slight discount. And I mean very slight. There was not much difference in price at all. But this time, everyone got to stay, like, I think a week at this place. But the way we could do it is, like, I could go, like, otherwise I'd just be at school alone all day for that, or like every day for that week. So we did, we get a slight discount. I don't stay nights, but I basically get taken home every night. But you know, now I think about it, it's like, that's not really fair on the family, but still. They did it, and thank you family for that. But I do remember them getting there, like, every night. They got back late, and I was like, why? I want to go home, it's so late, it's like 10 p.m. And they always got late, or always got there late, and it was so irritating. But this time, the teachers were even more douchey. Because each day, it might not have been each day, because, like, ouch. I remember in the mornings, they, like, I think before we ever went, they said, write down what kind of sandwiches you like, and we'll try and get that stuff for you, so we can make you nice sandwiches that you will like and eat for lunch and stuff. And breakfast was like cereal, toast, blah de blah, the usual. Possibly some Weetabix or something, because Weetabix is amazing. But I haven't had Weetabix in so long. But yeah, like, that stuff. But one day I think they had special lunches. And they made everybody a nice special lunch. I think there was some lasagna, some apple pie or apple crumble. Probably apple crumble. And something else, I can't remember. But yeah, like, I remember saying, yeah, I don't like some of this food. And the teachers, or one of the teachers, like, the other teachers were usually nice, but this teacher was sometimes douchey. And this time they're being extreme douche. I'm like, these people have gone through such an effort to cook you guys this nice food, and you don't want to eat it. You should eat it through respect. I'm like, but I don't like it. Then they forced me to eat this food that I was not enjoying. And I was like, I don't like you anymore, school. You're not nice. Oh, I like this teacher lady. I don't like you. You're teaching our class for parts of the year, and I don't like you. You're not a nice lady. Like, I was just sitting there, like, trying to, like, just shovel food into my face that I just didn't like. It didn't feel nice. It didn't feel nice at all. Like, thank you to the people at the place that made us nice food. But also, to me, it was not nice food. It was food that I just didn't like, but I was forced to eat, and I was like, ugh. So I don't have great memories about that. But everything else in that week was quite fun, apart from the fact that, like, every day it was freaking cold. Because it's Britain. I remember, like, I think some days you could, like, look out the windows because there was, like, these, like, really, really big trees. And you just see, like, the tops of them would be covered in a little bit of snow. But I remember most days it was just ridiculously foggy. Ridiculously foggy around this area. Ouch. I'm not good at this level anymore. I did so well, and now I'm just dying over and over. Yeah, like, that's the story about that. And now we're back to the actual story of, like, my first actual sleepover. And guess what? I didn't even sleep. Sleep was not had that night. Not through fear of sleeping in a, like, unknown place that scared me. Just, I was a teenager, it was my first sleepover, I was like, this is gonna be a good time. And one of us went to sleep. The rest of us stayed up for quite a while. And eventually, one of us got a balloon out and just blew up a balloon. And messed about with the balloon. And the dad is just on the sofa. Fine with it because he's cool like that. He's a great guy. Like, you know, there's some parents that just are allergic to fun and like, no, you're not allowed to do this thing. But with teenagers, it's fun. No, you're not allowed to do it. He's great. He's responsible when you need a responsible person. But he can be a great guy. Like, this video goes out to him. But yeah, he was fine with it. And then the guy that I think like blew up the first balloon, because at this point we had like 3 or 4 balloons going around. We were like whacking them about while one of us was just asleep in the other room. And then the guy that got the original balloon out was in the other room filling up the balloon with water, and then just comes in like, hey guys. And the dad's like, oh my god, just in laughter. Like, you are not exploding that in here, that's not happening. And eventually we go outside and just chuck it. Because we chucked a water balloon, we're so rebellious. And eventually we fill up a bunch of them. And we go outside and we just chuck them at someone's house. Like, no, we don't chuck them at the house. We chuck, like, that sounds really mean. But no, like, I try and chuck it over a house to see how far I can throw it. And over the house is like as far as I felt I could get it. No! God, 94%. 94. That thing was hard to pull up, man. I was pulling up as hard as I could, and then when I had to go down again, I couldn't quite get down again. God damn it. But yeah, stuff. I was chucking the balloons, because I have, like, the best throw out of us. Seeing how far I can get it over this person's house, because, like, we live opposite, like, quite a steep hill where some people live. So I was chucking it over there, so it's not, like, really high up. It's, like, just down a hill, there's a roof, it's almost at eye level and stuff. But one of us, who's the youngest, he threw oh, that was bad death. Yeah, he threw a balloon and it hit somebody's window. And at that point, we run. We run back to the house. We're gone at that point. We're just laughing to ourselves. And then one of us trips over. And it's none other than the dad in this situation. The dad of my neighbors falls over, and then the person running behind, because I didn't mention, but through all this water balloon and laughter, the person who was asleep has since woken up and has joined in, and that person is the one that was right behind him when he was running and fell down on top of him, and he hurt his leg and never went to the doctors, because he's a bit stubborn. He's like a typical like guy. It's like, oh yeah, I'm fine, I can just, it's fine, my leg's okay, I can walk still, I've got a bit of a hole, I can walk, I don't need any treatment. So he's trying to be like a manly man, to be like, yeah, I'm strong, I'm fine, don't worry about it. Like, that has been since, pretty much, but yeah. His legs, it never really got 100% better, but it's gotten, like, to the point where he's, like, basically 100% fine. But running can be a little bit of, like, you could see it in his run, basically. And, oh. Sorry when I keep going quiet, it's because there's loose nail, I'm biting it because I have a problem. But yeah, we've ran back in the house at this point. He's like, my leg, but eventually he's like, fine. And then, when we're just sitting in the living room watching TV, having a laugh, or like the dad is, because at this point we've gone back to the room that we're sleeping in, just chilling in there. I think we're like possibly watching a film and having a laugh. And then the dad comes through like, one of you, I think it was his son, he asked him to come through. And was like, the police are outside. And then they come running back through and are like, yeah, they're outside. And I was just sitting there like, nah, they're joking. They're not telling the truth. Why would the police be here? Like, haha, well done. And then, like, they turn all the lights off, turn the TV off. And then we're just all sitting in the room, including the dad at this point. We're just all sitting in this room, being told to be quiet. And then we just hear the gravel outside going. And we just see a light. I assume it was a torch of the police officer man just peering through the window. And we are just, we're just laughing to ourselves. I'm just sitting there being the little jokester that's just like, I'm Batman. We're in the dark. I'm Batman. Got my gruff voice on. Just joking about, and everyone's like, shh, just terrified. And I'm just like making little jokes as police are going through the back garden at this point. And eventually, they leave, and we're just full of adrenaline, like, oh, that was hilarious as fun. We did hit someone's window. That was not good. And then I think we, like, 2 people sleep at that point. Me and Andy stay up. We don't do anything naughty. Don't go there. We were too young at that point, and we didn't really care for it at that point. And I'm not saying we care for it now. But back then, we were like the age of... we were basically fetuses and didn't care about the bang bangs. We just cared about being ourselves and having fun. Which also sounds bad, but still, it's not. Just trust me. But yeah, we stay up, just talking, while the others get their beauty sleep. And then, I think at 5 AM, the others wake up, and we decide just go to the park. We just decide, you know what, let's go to the park. And we go to the park. It's really freaking cold. Because we were in Britain, and it was really cold, because it was 5 in the freaking morning. And then apparently, I don't know if it was a few days later, or that day. It might have been that day. But the police came to my house, which is the neighbor's house, or the next door to the neighbor's house. You know, it's a neighbor. And they say, do you know anything about what happened last night? And like, people were throwing plant pots around, because my neighbor also sells plants. And my mum was like, no, we don't know anything. Do you know anything? And I was like, nope, we know nothing at all, and stuff, and we were just, like, after they left, it was just, we were laughing to ourselves. My mum still had no clue at this point, but apparently someone must have phoned in saying, yeah, there's a bunch of teenagers throwing around plant pots and stuff. Well, it wasn't plant pots, it was something much less harmful than plant pots. It was just some fun little water balloons. There was no damage caused apart from like hitting that person's window. But that's not really damage. It just burst the balloon, which in my opinion is fine. Like, sure, it was domestic disturbance, I assume, and we didn't mean to. We were trying to throw it as hard as we could. We weren't trying to like, hit anyone's windows, and that's the best place to throw it because everywhere else is buildings, cars, and pedestrians. So, you know, that's not a great place to throw it. So we just threw it there. But it wasn't intentional. But, yeah, no one was hurt in it. No, apart from, like, the dad who fell over and hurt his leg. But that was also not intentional. But yeah, we got away with it. I don't know if we should have done, but we got away with it. I remember that night I slept like a log. Because, you know, I hadn't actually slept that entire, like, night before. We were just having a great time. And, you know, it was fun. It was so fun. What else has happened? Stuff and things. I can't actually think of anything, but that was, like, the greatest moment sleepover thing ever. Along with the scaffolding. I remember some days, the dad would just, like, when he was making our dinner, tea thing, you know, the final meal of the day, you have breakfast, lunch, dinner. Some people call lunch dinner, so I struggle to say a word, because, like, I'm British, so some people are like, oh yes, a cup of tea, and I'm like, no, the meal. And some people, if you say dinner, like, oh, lunch, I'm like, no, dinner, because for some reason we call different things, it's like, oh, for God's sake, just have different things. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Easy. But yeah. Sometimes for dinner or tea, he'd like cook the food, and then we'd just be on the scaffold and he'd bring it to us and we'd sit up there and have our tea. It was great. I remember this one time, like, we just had this plate of, like, delicious chicken that he just cooked for all of us, and we just like nibbled at it for a while up there. And the guy, his son, had his plate, and I would just slowly take pieces of chicken individually and eat them when he wasn't looking. And eventually he just looked back to his plate and there was like 2 bits left, and he's like, where's all my food gone? And I'm just sitting there giggling to myself, like, nowhere, I would not eat that. So yeah, he didn't have as much food as he wanted that night, but I eat a lot. I'm a big eater. I like my food. I eat a lot. If you eat, like, I probably could have eaten all the chicken between the 4 of us, for God's sake. I like food. Food is good. But yeah, like, that was also fun. But it was also quite funny when he was just fine eating the food, and then occasionally he'd have something. But this entire time, I was just, like, stealthily nabbing a couple of bits of chicken here and there. And then one time he looks back and is like, the food is gone! Pardon me. And just the look on his face of, that's my chicken, was just hilarious. But I have no regrets, because the chicken was nice. That chicken was real good. I feel bad, no doubt, but it was still kind of funny. If it's okay for me to say that. I feel like it's perfectly fine. He's fine. It's not like he's starved because he didn't have like a couple extra bits of chicken. But that was good chicken, and I ate the chicken because it was nice chicken, and I really enjoyed that chicken. Like, chicken is so good. It's just the meat you can't mess up. And it's so versatile, because there's some meats that are like, oh yes, you have to cook it in this way or you ruin it. And chicken's like, you just cook chicken, you eat chicken, you have a good time with chicken. And there's so many kinds of chicken. I would say chicken is definitely like the most eaten meat in the world. Because with beef or pork, you can have like beef, you can have burgers and steaks and other kinds of steak and blah blah. There's not many different things. Chicken is like chicken wing, chicken leg, chicken breast. You can have spicy chicken, you can have non-spicy chicken. You can have chicken poppers, you can have chicken nuggets, you can have a chicken Kiev, you can have like so many kinds of chicken. And pork is, you can also have pork chops. I can't think of any other kinds of pork. Oh yeah, sausages, you can have those, bacon. But chicken is definitely like the most versatile meat in my opinion. Fish is probably like one of the least versatile. It's like, you cook it or you have it as sushi. You can have like fish cakes, you can have fish fillets. Other kinds of fish, I don't know. There's like, I know I've definitely missed loads from each list. Just because I either don't know them or have forgotten them, because we have just so many different types of food that it's ridiculous. Humans, they know their stuff, and food, and cake. But yeah, food is good. I like it. I dig. Yeah, what was it saying about stuff? Oh, that was about that. Yeah, either way, whatever I was saying, we had good nights. I think it was like a weekend thing we do, just like sleepover. And sometimes, like, if we were all still up, we'd just like go to McDonald's at like 10 PM because we didn't have our tea. Since we were like, a lot of the time, if it was a sunny day, we just go to the park and mess about. Because we have this, like, I don't know how to explain this piece of equipment. It's weird and green. And there's basically a pole in the ground. And there's a thing on top of it with two arms that come off of it. Not like actual arms, just metal beams. But let's call them arms in a sense. They have chains that dangle down and a seat at the end. And this thing at the top will rotate, like you can spin it, and I feel like it's meant so when you just sit on it. Somebody sits on it, or like both people sit on it. They push off the floor until they can't push off the floor anymore because like their feet come off the ground because of the speed and momentum and blah blah. But people have it. We've found new ways to do it. Like, the best way we've found to do it for like speed is also one of the most fun ways. Now I've flung myself off there many times. Is one person gets on, the other person grabs the seat and chain of the other one, goes to the middle, and just pulls the thing round. Like, you could say, why wouldn't you just do it from where the seat is? Well, think about it. You'd have to run much further than you'd have to do than going around the middle. You know, it's sort of just how distance and stuff works. But yeah, that's like the best way on that thing. I knew I was too far over. Wasted life, in my opinion. That was not good. But oh well. It'll be accepted for now. But yeah, you do that, you spin it round, it's great fun. And if you want to get a little bit risky, which I used to do every time because I found this freaking fun, don't jump on it as soon as you, like what you do is you, like I said, you spin it round and then you eventually let go. So other people have to be out of the way, because when you let go, that chain and that seat, that goes a swinging. If that hits you, that's probably not going to feel all that good. But yeah, stuff and things. Yeah, we used to do that, and because I used to find it fun and take risks and stuff, because I was a risky kid. If I saw something I thought would be fun that had some risk with it, I was like, hit me with it. Hit me. I want it. It's fun. But yeah, what I used to do is don't jump on it as soon as you let go. That is, like, the momentum it has when it swings out, because the other person's body weight is swinging the other side around, it goes pretty quick, so you don't want to jump on that immediately. The chance of getting on it is very low. I've tried, it does not work. So what you do is you let go, and I basically learnt the timings, because I've done this so many times, of like where to stand. You let it swing out, but because momentum and stuff, it'll then swing back inwards. So when I got to the spot where it would swing back inwards, I then basically let it swing, like I would grab the chain and let it swing between my legs, because like otherwise getting on it would be a massive pain. So like I'd have to like move one leg out of the way so it could just go there, grab the chain, sit on it, and then it would just swing outwards again, because, you know, like I said, momentum. And the whole thing is still spinning at this point. And then you'd swing out, the other person would slow down due to like the change in velocity and momentum, blah blah blah, momentum and science. And then they'd swing back out, then you'd swing back out, and it just keeps doing that over and over, and it's great fun. And if you get some good kicks off the ground, you would be at like you'd be 6 feet in the freaking air. And that was like always one of the most fun parts about it. Like if you just get the perfect kicks off the ground while it spins and you swing, like you would be like the chain would be pointing directly sideways pretty much, almost. That it would be quite high up. And it was always great fun. The speed you'd get would be good as well. But sometimes getting on it didn't work. I think it's happened to me twice, and I've never stopped doing it since. Like if we ever do it, I'd be perfectly fine to jump on. Like I was a child that wouldn't learn from my mistakes. I would make a mistake in that way and get injured because of it, and then just do it again. I would tend to not get injured as much, because I kind of learn in the way of like, don't do it quite that way, and you'll die. It's sort of like playing this game. If you keep doing the same stupid mistake, you'll die over and over. So don't make that mistake. Learn from it, and then you won't die. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yes, the thing. I flew off it a few times. I think I've only flown off it twice doing that, and I've done it like so many times that the statistics are pretty good for like falling off and not falling off. I'd probably say I don't come off it 98% of the time. Like I don't want to say 99%, that's why I'm not going to say 99%. I'd say like 98% of the time I don't come off. You know, that's pretty good odds. But there's those couple of times that you do, and it can hurt. Like I remember leaving freaking dents in the ground from where I like, because like what used to happen is I used to grab it as usual, but it wouldn't quite go between my legs, so I would still be gripping on, and it would just fly off in the other direction. It would go with me still holding on, and the momentum it had, I can't hold on to that. That is too fast, and when you're not expecting it as well, it's even worse. But a normal person, they'd probably let go much sooner than I would. But me, because I'm me, I would hold on. But then, like, when it gets to, like, the peak speed, and, like, the peak swing as it goes out, I can't hold on no longer, so I fling off. And sometimes you'd fly, like, I think I used to fly, like, maybe 5 feet across, and just land in the mud underfloor. I ruined so many pairs of jeans. Yeah, like, there used to be, like, dents in the floor where your knees would land and stuff. I would get back on. I was a tough freaking cookie. I would just be like, yep, I'm fine. I want to get back on, please. I'm perfectly fine. And yeah, that was also good fun. Doing that. Well, not falling off, but doing the thing. Yeah, there was this one time as well that I was on it, and we bought a football. And someone kicked the football towards it to see if I could kick it while I was on it. And what I should have done, instead of what actually is, when the ball came towards me, I should have just put my foot out, let the momentum of the thing spinning, and my leg being there, just whack it. But what I did is I swung my leg back to try and get as much power as possible. So the combined force of my leg going back and then swinging forwards with the entire thing spinning around, so I can kick the ball really freaking hard. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. My leg swung back, but because the thing's still moving, you know? Oh, I thought I was gonna die, so I tried to pull up a little bit, but then I became the other thing and bounced off the floor. And god damn it, that was unlucky. Yeah, because there's stuff and things. My leg swung back, so my other leg is the only thing holding me on, plus my arms. But because I've only got one leg on it, like, my body weight isn't pressing on the seat. Because when you swing out, like, the seat is pointing outwards and you're pointing inwards. It's hard to explain. You probably get it. Like, the bottom of the seat is pointing outwards, the top of the seat is pointing inwards. And your momentum and speed is pushing you into the seat. So, yeah. Swung my leg back. I'm no longer being pushed into the seat. No longer being pushed into that seat. So, it goes a little bit wrong. I'm still doing the thing where I'm just holding on for dear life, but because it's going so fast, I fling off again. And go ouch on the floor, but I still get on again, because I'm me. It did hurt my hand, I think. Like, hurt my arm, but I was still willing to get back on, because I'm me. And yeah, that was the thing. I did hit the ball, which was good, but not very hard, because my leg was swung back, and never actually managed to swing forwards again. But I remember hitting the ball. There's another game we used to play that I'm going to mention in the next episode, because the video is extremely long, and the story is going to go on for another half hour, knowing me. Because I ramble. That's something I've noticed doing YouTube. I ramble a lot. I always knew I rambled, but it's very excessive on YouTube, especially in a game like this, where you don't really know what to talk about. Like, you can talk about the gameplay, but then it's like, well, people can see that. Since this is a very simple game, people can see what's going on. It's kind of obvious. Sometimes I explain things like, ooh, I died for this reason. And it wasn't very obvious. But usually it's like, yeah, it's the game, we can see what's happening, it doesn't matter. But yeah, stuff. I will say that story next episode. That was so goddamn close. Whoa. Okay. We got this. Ah. So close. If I got over that, I felt like I'd had a chance to get like a little bit more progress. But oh well. It's fine. Are we ending it with the spaceship is what I want to know, because I can't remember. It has been weeks, like probably like 2 weeks since I did the practice mode. So I'm a little bit like forgetful, you know? So I don't know what's coming really. I don't know. I'm hoping that it's not too bad, and we can like stick with the spaceship as long as it doesn't make it really hard, or go back to the washing machine, because that would be easier. Washing machine strats, easiest vehicle in my opinion, and a washing machine isn't even a vehicle, so that's how easy it is. It's a non-existent vehicle. It's just an appliance, so to speak. Yet it's the best. One more attempt after this, and it is done. The video, I mean, not the level, unless I do it in one of those 2 attempts. If so, I will be ecstatic. Well, cough threw me off. I'm not going to do another attempt because of that. I'm going to grow up here and accept it and be like, fair enough. Let's do this. And we've made so much progress in this video. I'm not actually going to, like, do an extra attempt if I do really badly on this one. I'm going to accept it. Like, I've accepted it in most of the attempts. But when I die really early on a video where I don't get progress, it's like, let's give it one more valiant effort. And if you do like good, it's like, well, I've done a good thing today, so let's just leave it there with like happiness, because otherwise I'm just making it look even worse by doing badly again, you know? If you don't beat the thing, it doesn't make it look any better. So just do a nice even amount, which in this case is 90, and we be good. Not a great death, but okay. 94%. Give it a stretch. We can do this. But for now, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you're enjoying this series. I know I still am. I hope you still are. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya.